June the 27th, 2018. Good morning, it is Wednesday and welcome to a new edition of the local news. In the news for today, solar power for 6,000 inhabitants of the interior. The Indian President Kovind thanked President Bouterse for the hospitality during his visit. International Day of Drug Abuse and Illegal Drug Trade commemorated yesterday, and a memorial service for the Guyanese fishermen killed at sea. More than 6,000 inhabitants of the hinterland will soon have 24 hours a day electricity, especially the villagers who depend on generators and only have power for 6 hours a day. This project will cost more than $50 million according to the acting Minister of Natural Resources, Patrick Pengel. With the promised $20 million by the Indian President, Ramnath Kovind, 49 villages can already be provided with a solar energy project with all-day long power. Suriname is a member of the International Solar Alliance, ISA, an organization that consists of more than 120 rich countries. ISA promotes a clean environment through, among other things, reducing the use of fossil fuel as much as possible. The ISA is an initiative of Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India. Suriname wants to execute the agreement with ISA. According to Minister Pengel, this will result in a sustainable community development. He adds that the economic prospects and production benefits have not been yet discussed. According to Minister Pengel, it regards two projects of which plans have already been described. The minister says that with this project, an attempt is made to bring education to a higher level. Above all, the pressure on public finances is being reduced. The President of India, Ramnath Kovind, has in clear words once again expressed his thanks to his Surinamese colleague President Desiree Bouterse. The Indian President spoke on the phone yesterday morning. President Kovind had praising words about the hospitality that Suriname showed him during the state visit he made from June 19 until the 21st.
Thank you for your warmth and gracious hospitality. Excellency, I also thank you for the beautiful painting you have gifted. It is a thoughtful piece of art. The painting depicts our common heritage and the strength of our people-to-people relations. Suriname, I must say, stands tall as an example of a multicultural society. Excellency, I was most delighted to learn of your deep interest in Bollywood. I am sending you a selection of Indian films and music. Hope you will like it. Excellency, I thank you for joining me for the International Day of Yoga celebrations on 21st June. It was indeed a historic occasion with two heads of state doing yoga together. Excellency, as we discussed in our bilateral meeting, let us work together to further strengthen the already warm and friendly relations between our countries. I assure you that India is fully committed to partner Suriname in its growth and development under the framework of South-South cooperation.
President Bouterse, in return, thanked the Indian President on behalf of the total Surinamese community for the official visit he brought to our country. This visit has further strengthened the already existing relationship between Suriname and India. The use of drugs in Suriname has generally increased shockingly. So says the chairman of the National Anti-Drug Council, NRA, Glenn Uiterlo. He said this yesterday morning at the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illegal Drug Trade. Every year on this day, the United Nations calls to take action worldwide to combat the use and abuse of drugs in society. According to Uiterlo, that is also the case in Suriname. A recent NAR research showed that the use of drugs under the Surinamese youth has increased. This development is alarming, says Glenn Uiterlo. The most commonly used drugs among young people is cannabis. Drug use among youth can be addressed, according to the NRA chairman, by giving them the right information about the consequences of drug use. Uiterlo mentioned as an example the recent development of sucru in liquid form. According to him, nobody knows the composition of that stuff. The NAR chairman also follows the developments regarding legalization of cannabis in different countries. Despite the information about the bad effects of drugs, countries are moving forward in legalizing this type of drug. According to him, Suriname is not ready for such a move. And in memory of the 16 Guyanese fishermen killed at sea at the end of April this year, a memorial service was held last Monday on the grounds of the Guyanese embassy. Ambassador Keith George indicates that it is an initiative of the Guyanese government.
This is an initiative of the government of Guyana. His Excellency, the President of Guyana, under our Constitution, is the only person who is empowered to make a proclamation declaring a National Day of Mourning. And he did that on Friday last, naming today, June 25th, as a National Day of Mourning, which means that all flags in Guyana must fly at half-mast, and the people are expected to behave in a certain way when there's a National Day of Mourning.
Upon entering, the family of the fishermen stopped at the photos of their loved ones. There was an emotional atmosphere. Many could not control their tears. Because there are three main religions in Guyana, namely Hinduism, Islam, and Christianity, three clergymen were praying. The relatives were addressed by the ambassador and the Surinamese Minister of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries. Ambassador Keith George explains why they opted for June the 25th.
Well, Guyana chose today also because of the fact that it is International Seafarers Day, right? That is under the International Maritime Organization. And so we chose that day. Another issue is that we wanted to make sure that all the families that we could make contact with were comfortable with the day that we chose. And they came to, when we spoke with them last week, they said yes, they were ready, because I think most of them have now come to realize that, those bodies that haven't been found will not be found. And we wanted to help them to get some closure. So, the government of Suriname, of course, will decide how best it would want to operate in memory of those who have passed. But the government of Guyana decided on today.
There were also presentations that were meant to bring comfort to the relatives. However, this actually caused the people to burst in tears. And that will be all for the local news for today. Be sure to tune in at 11 o'clock for your World Cup matches on channel 8.1 and 8.2. Also at 3 o'clock we'll be showing the matches in Pool E. I wish you a well and pleasant day further. Bye-bye.